Well, I'm here in Northeast Pennsylvania with the Fuller Hose Water Rescue Team. Now, we all know how eerie weather can be, especially as we get into the springtime with the freeze and thaw cycle. A lot of people like ice fishing, but you got to be careful out there on that ice. As the warmer temperatures arrive, that ice breaks up. Well, I got the chance to play the victim, and these guys rescued me.
The water rescue team at Fuller Hose began back in 2017. We took a class through the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission and realized that we were really undertrained. At that point, we started into the water rescue program, which there's 4 different classes from beginning to end. It's very intense. This is the hardest training that I've taken in the fire service. I've been in this company 19 years, and the water rescue program was some of the hardest training that I ever have taken.
Why did you want to do it? Just
Obviously, Northeast is a very water-related community with Lake Erie. We have multiple reservoirs that are owned by the municipalities. It's a tourist area in the summer, and we're kind of out here by ourselves. The Coast Guard station obviously is in Erie. It takes them anywhere from 30 to 50 minutes to get to Northeast by Lake. And then obviously the next closest asset is the Chautauqua County Sheriff's in Dunkirk, New York. So it left a very big, vast, open area of Lake Erie unprotected.
So this is a Mustang Ice Survival Suit, U.S. Coast Guard approved. What these are used for is rapid deployment for ice rescue. The Coast Guard uses them for rapid deployment. Basically, the nice thing about this is that you can put this on over your street clothes.
So right over these clothes?
Correct, right over these clothes. It's a completely submersible suit. It has built-in flotation. It also has safety harnesses for tie-offs, which you'll see in the future. Gloves. Hood keeps you real good and warm.
Okay.
Dry, and like I said, it is a U.S. Coast Guard approved flotation device.
All right.
So
I'm going to put this on, hopefully stay warm in a freezing cold pond.
correct.
So
And it's going to be fun.
it's going to be fun. Here we go. He says this was Coast Guard approved. I can see why. It feels heavy. I can't fall.
You ready? Yeah, you want to go get him one? I'm going to tether you to me with this water rescue rope. You'll be tethered to me the whole time for safety purposes.
You know, move or anything like that. Just make sure it sounds like good solid ice to walk on.
Here, let me hang on.
Yeah, he's not so buoyant. You want to try to get up in the fetal position if you can.
Yeah, you
Once we get the suit burped.
That's it. So the first thing that you want to do after the dive reflex is just like you're doing, get your arms on the ice. Okay. Once your arms are on the ice, you want to start kicking like that. Get your legs up behind you. Once you have your navel up to the surface of the water, start pulling yourself. There you go. There you go.
Stay flat. Don't try to stand up right away.
Start rolling towards the shore. You can stop, drop, and roll. There you go.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay, stop right there. We'll come get you. That's a self-rescue right there.
There's probably a little time period or a window of time where you kind of get a lot of these, and we're kind of entering into that time period, right? Which you say is the most frequency of ice water rescue.
Ice rescue starts at the beginning of the season when the ice isn't real good, and then at the end of the season. So we're kind of getting to the end of the season where just the other day it was in the mid-50s and all the snow base melted. That creates water. It ponds on the ice and eventually fractures the ice. Even though it does look like good ice, it may not be good ice, and then that's when you get yourself in a jam.
What's the myth, and correct me if I'm wrong, anyone can chime in on this one. If it's cloudy, is it safe if it's cloudy, or is it not safe if it's cloudy?
No ice is safe ice.
Okay.
That's what we were taught by the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. Now there's different types of ice, but you should treat no ice as safe ice.
Okay.
If you go to the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission website, there is an entire page about ice safety. They give you 10 or 12 ideas, talking points. Number one, you need to check the ice, like we did today. Obviously, the first thing we did was check the ice. People need to know where you're going. If you're going to fish by yourself, someone needs to know where you're going to be. For the worst case scenario that you don't return, we can at least get an idea of where you were.
Keep trying, keep trying. There you go. Roll. Roll to your right. Roll to your right. All right, stop. We're coming to get you.
The thing that you guys kept telling me, stay calm.
Correct.
So like, that's probably one of the, is that the best advice you could give someone? If they fall through the ice, what are they supposed to do?
Number one, you need to stay calm. You know, you're going to have the shock of the cold water. If you're dressed properly, it should deter some of that. But number one, you need to stay calm.
Well, a big thanks to the fellas from Fuller Hose Company in Northeast Pennsylvania for rescuing me. I was in good hands, and it's important to be mindful of the ice on area waterways as we get towards warmer weather. So just be careful. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint.